Okay, so good morning to everyone. Welcome to all those joining the attendance right now. Thank you all for watching this live session. We're going to get started. Okay, let's start this live session with the basics. What is Customily? Most of you installed the app quite recently and are either getting started with your store from scratch or beginning the process of selling personalizable products on an existing store. For both cases, we have the perfect tools to get started. So this is my store and I'm a store owner and I want to create new products as well as I have existing products, and Customily will allow me to work with both scenarios. And the way it happens is like this. Customily is an app that is installed in your e-commerce platform and gives you live previews of products along with the options that your customers can interact with, and those interactions will change the live preview with customizations from your customers. In this case, we have uh, a mock-up, an image of our product, in this case, a metal sign with a pumpkin, and Customily will provide you with options so you can interact with this object. Now, the thing is, once you interact with the object, you will see that the live preview will change according to what you're typing, what you're inputting as text, changing images, or uploading your own files. These live previews will be provided by Customily and will change um, according to what you type, and you will be able to see a realistic example of how your customizations will look on the final product. Like this, we have this example in which you see we are actually typing some particular text on this sign. On another example, and we always try on the live sessions to go beyond the classic products and show you the full potential and the possibilities of the app to apply customizations to anything or any product that could actually be customizable. For example, there are some companies that print edible images on cookies, on cakes, and we have, for example, this product that has a design that will be printed on cookies for a particular occasion. In this case, you see Customily loads the preview and loads the options, and you can play around with the options to choose, for example, how many dogs you wish to customize in your design. Each customization, each interaction will change the live preview at the same time. Like this. And you see you can go back and forth, change, rename, and preview whatever you want, and then have a final view of what you want and add to cart. Now, Customily will not only provide you with this fantastic tool for previewing customizations, but it will also take this information you have input in the options and create a print file. So imagine how Customily would work, how your customization would work before Customily. You will need to present a lot of images in your listing, a lot of options of what can you offer customers for customizing. Then they will have to input on the notes of the order every single item they want to customize, the names, the dogs, and the fonts, and the colors, and everything. And you will need to grab that information, create a proof, send over email, and start the back and forth with your customer to reach out the final file. And then you will need to actually create that file in high quality for printing. Now, Customily has synthesized everything of that process in this experience you saw me do. You, as a merchant, will be able to create any product and any design. Customers will be able to customize within that design. And once they purchase, the print file will be created automatically. So as a merchant, you will save a lot of time on the fulfillment processes. Now, the way Customily works on any store is by loading in the preview section a template. This preview you see here is what we call a template. And these options you see here are the option set. And these two elements are created in Customily. So if you have existing products and you follow the steps of creating a template from scratch, the options will be created automatically. So don't worry about having to build any of this. It will be done by Customily. And then you can just grab the template and the options and link them to any existing product. So that product will become customizable. Now, what happens if we don't have products and we actually want to create new products? For that, we have also developed Customily 2.0. Now, what is this? This is our latest update for Etsy stores and Shopify stores. This allows you to create and publish personalized products easier, faster, and better than before. So those starting your stores from scratch will have more interest in this section because now you can choose a product directly from a print-on-demand supplier, add a design to it, and get it published in your store, all from the Customily app. You can still create new products using your own information from your own products, but you now also have access and quick connection to print-on-demand providers that are well known on the market. And instead of going to their own systems and creating the products to then come to Customily and do the process through the standard way with the template, you can automate many steps by going straight to Customily 2.0. Also, with the print-on-demand services that have an API connection, all the fulfillment processes will be automated. This means that once you receive a purchase, all the order details and the ready-to-print file created by Customily will be sent to the corresponding POD provider automatically for them to do fulfillment and shipping. So we are also saving you time in the manual process of managing your orders and sending over things for fulfillment. When you're going to be working with non-print on demand, the fulfillment processes will be automated for you. Another interesting feature for this Customily 2.0 version is that you now have free access to Customily's design libraries. This means that you can find designs ready to use and sell, or you can get those exclusive clipart collections and use them to create your own designs. So for example, you see the image on the girl's t-shirt, that's a Customily design. That is something you can put on any product, sell it on your store, or grab the cat, grab the girl, and change everything around them and put them on different scenarios, put them on different backgrounds, play around with those pre-made designs and make them unique on your own creativity. So if I were to ask you a few questions to see where are you located on your store right now and what's the best way to use Customily, the first question would be whether you will be turning your existing products to customizable products or you will be creating new products. You could actually do both things because Customily will allow you to do that, but you will be taking different steps along the way. If you're going to be creating new products, you can use Customily 2.0 in 4 different ways that will simplify your process. And you will have to ask yourself some extra questions. For example, am I going to be using print-on-demand providers for my fulfillment? In that case, the top scenarios are the ones you want to explore. For example, you're going to be working with a print-on-demand provider who has its own product catalog, and you can add a Customily design to that product. This is the fastest path and the one that allows you to have a finished, published, and customizable product ready to go and sell in minutes. Now, to the right, you can work with a print-on-demand provider, but choose to create and add your own designs to that particular product. In this case, you will have access to our design studio and you'll be able to populate your design library collection before you get to to build and publish your new custom products. Now, on the other hand, bottom options, the bottom scenarios, is in case you have your own products and you're not interested in working with a print-on-demand provider. That can also happen. You can be your own fulfillment. You can work with local fulfillment companies, workshops, and so on. So you may have the stock and you may have the information about that product. So you can create the product base, for example. Okay, so if you start creating and populating your product base library first, you will be late then be able to add a customized design to that product and to that base and create a brand new product. Or you can, of course, add your own designs to your own products. Now, this path will take a bit more of time, but once you have all your product mockups and all your designs set up, all you have to do is do a mix and match game and create the products that will suit those combinations. So you see, there's a way for you to put together all your business in Customily and start creating new products by reusing designs or reusing product information right in here. And you don't have to go back and forth with different print on demand providers. You could actually sell multiple products on different and fulfill with different print on demand providers as well, including your own fulfillment. So to start from the beginning, let's say I'm a store owner. I want to sell customizable products, and I have just installed Customily to try it out. I will be received by an onboarding that I highly recommend you follow. You answer the questions, the same questions I just mentioned you. You want to use existing products or you want to create new products. Those new products will be fulfilled by a print-on-demand provider or with your own provider. And also, will you be using customized designs or your own designs? With those answers, the onboarding will take you to the different sections of Customily that you can explore. But to go really quick and overview this, right now, this is the main menu of Customily. And right here, you can create basically a new product. When you click here, you will see all possible providers of products. You have these print-on-demand providers or your own product bases. That could include other print-on-demand providers. So if we explore the left menu here, you will see that the first three sections of Customily are shortcuts to the 2.0 tools. So we are in the start section to create new products, but you can manage your designs and also manage your product bases. This will allow you to create those elements for later creating new products, and we're going to see that later now. The next three sections are the core elements of Customily. Remember that I mentioned that for each product, you will always have a template that will be the file providing you with the live customization. So even if you create new products or you create templates from scratch, it will always end up with a new template. And those templates will be listed in this section, and you can manage them, rename, create, or delete, or clone templates in this particular section. Also, you can manage and upload assets to libraries. By creating libraries, you will be able to quickly organize color libraries, fonts, vectors, and images, and quickly use them across multiple designs and products. In the store section, you'll be able to check all your store products and see which ones are connected to Customily right now, which templates they are loading, which options they are loading. You can manage those products with their variants, and also you can change many settings that will help you customize the front-end experience of your customers, the way options show up, the way preview shows up on your front end. So you will not be stuck on a particular way of showing Customily. The app will always adapt to your store, your theme, and your settings. In the orders section, you will start to see the information about customized orders that will be purchased in your store. Once customers start to use Customily in your products and customize something and purchase, you'll be able to see all that order information in your platform order dashboard. That's always there for Shopify, Etsy, or all other platforms we work with, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Magento, Wix, and even your own system, Walmart as well. So you will always be able to grab the information from their order system, but at the same time, you have a backup here in Customily in which you can go over the customization data, the print file, and have a backup of what your customers have been doing using Customily. So today the idea is to create these two products we saw earlier. This customized metal sign pumpkin and the custom creepy edible cookie. Now I want to position myself on a particular scenario. Let's say I am not going to be using print-on-demand providers. I'm going to be using my own fulfillment. Basically, I have a edible paper printer, and I'm able to provide custom cookies for my customers. But the thing is, if I want to use the same cookie and provide multiple designs and offer those designs depending on the occasion, because I may create cookies for birthdays, for weddings, for gatherings, baby showers, etc. So I may want to create multiple designs of my own, but I will always work with one product. So the best way to approach this idea is to create a product base, then create multiple designs, and combine them to create my listings. So I should start by creating my product base. And so I could actually go to my product base section or just use the shortcuts I find on the start. In this case, create a new product base. So when I click here, you see when you start a product-based design, sorry, I had some internet message. A product base basically will have the information that you, as your own fulfillment, will have firsthand. In my case, I'm the cookie provider, so I know exactly how am I going to be printing this. So I'm going to name my product base as my live session cookie. Right? The product is not the cookie itself, but the edible paper that's going to be printing, but is the way we are going to present this. And I know for a fact that the print area that I'm able to print on my cookies, because of the recipe and the weight and the size of the cookies, is 7 by 7 centimeters. So I'm going to type that. I could change also my units if I work better with inches. And then I'm going to create that page. Basically, I have created a print area, and this will later be filled with any design that I want. I need to make sure that the print size is exactly what my product is ready to handle. And also, the export format will be what my printer is going to handle. In this case, I know my printer will be working with PNGs in 300 dpi. So whatever is going to be created later here as a design and customized by a customer will be exported in this format. So now that I know how am I going to be printing, I'm going to click next and arrange my preview. You see, this is the step 2, the preview settings. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm putting together a nice mock-up of my product, okay? And I'm just putting the print area on that mockup. So whenever I start creating products, my designs will go to that particular print area and show up on the mockup. So I have this main option, which is to add my product images. I could add one or many. And you see right now, my product image is basically my cookie. This is my inspiration, and this is my base cookie that I want to use as mockup. So I just grab this, have Customily optimize this, and then I'm just going to pick the print area and resize it to fit this. Obviously, there's a couple of tricks here. For example, one thing I can do is I can just arrange my my mockup to make sure it looks as far and as precise as I want this to look. Actually, this looks pretty well. If I have a sample, is the best way to know where will the print area be. So this is not just guessing. These are this is information you should have when you're putting together your own product. But right now, because this is the way I want things to look, I'm happy with this. Even if it's rotated, it's going to work fine. I can jump in here and go like this. Yeah, that looks way better. So this is my mockup, and whatever design I pick, it could be a Customily design, it could be a wedding design, a birthday design. It's going to show up here whenever I create new products. Right now, what I have is a product base. So I'm going to click next to do a final revision and make sure that I'm still printing in 7 by 7 centimeters, but this print area is previewing like this on the front end. That's the concept behind Customily. You can still have a nice preview, but you are able to print whatever you need without bothering about the preview. Preview is just for your customers to see the end result, and you then control the printing part aside. So I'm going to save this product base. There are no variants in this case, but in any case, you see the tool allows you to put color variants, size variants, material variants, anything you need right now. So now that I have a product base, it will show up on my product base collection somewhere along the way. I can find that by typing cookie. I have a couple of cookies. This is a live session cookie. Yeah, this is one I just created now. So now I'm ready to go to the start section again and basically create a new product. I could use my designs or I can create new designs, but what if we just want to see something done and published in our store? I can go and create new product. Like I said, I'm not going to be using any of these print-on-demand providers for this particular product. I can still use it for later on other products, but I'm going to use my products. And I will going to find this live session cookie. Okay, pick my product. This is my product. There are no variants, no special elements I need to pick. I could pick colors or sizes or whatever variants I made on the product could be found here. But if I'm ready to jump to the design part, I'm just clicking next. And now I can pick my designs, but let's say I don't have any designs yet, or Customily designs. And this is great because this will give you a nice start. You see right now we have over 230 unique designs that you can browse through categories, theme related, season related, character related, or even topic related. You can check out categories of different products and characters. And in this case, because we are still working on getting ahead of Halloween, I have a Halloween collection and I can play around with some ideas. Right, so we saw this you're a creepy wolf for the dogs. So let's go and create you're a creepy meow and create this design. So I pick one design. This has a choice between 1 and 3 cats. And when I click on the design, Customily will start working. It's going to create a brand new listing. Right now, it's creating a brand new listing on my store, and it's creating a template. The template will be the combination of my product-based information and my design information. So this Customily design will go to the specific 7 by 7 print area of my cookie, and at the same time, it will go to the mockup that I created, and this spinning here is the brand new template that has been created. Remember, you can manually create a template or you can let Customily create that for you. In any case, the end result is always a template, which is what you want to present on the front end. Here, I can do a couple of things. I'm going to keep this name live session cookie. I'm not going to change that, but I always recommend going to edit product details and renaming this so you easily identify this. Right, so I can identify this later. I'm probably going to call this, I don't know, 6. Um, and these are shortcuts that you can later go to your backend, Shopify or Etsy, to finish off your listing. But right now, what I'm doing is changing the name and setting up a price. So everything is right now working, even if I improve the listing later. And I can play around with the options. Remember that each design will have options. So in this particular case, I have 2 cats. And whenever I pick 2 cats, I get this. And I'm going to say, yeah, Fluffy is 1 cat. I pick the breed, I pick the character, and then I go with Pixel. That's another cat I know, which is slightly like this. Yeah, and this is just a previewing of the possible options. But if I like this image, I can save it to be my new main listing photo. And so I don't have to present an empty cookie. I can present a customized cookie for my customers to see right there. These are all revision and shortcut processes. Okay, you can always work harder on your listings later on your e-commerce. But right now, I am ready to either save as a draft to keep it unpublished or go straight to publish, which I'm going to do that right now. This is a brand new product on my store. So now I'm able to sell my custom creepy for dogs, and now I have my custom creepy for cats. These are 2 products that I created using the same product base, but different designs. And this is live, and I can customize this any way I want because it's the same behavior that I saw on the revision, and it's all connected to the Customily product. Okay, quickly comment on the other product, the metal sign. Say I have this idea, this inspiration, for example, I have this inspiration. And let's say I am able to fulfill this on my own. I have the metal base and everything, and all I have to do is punch the letters. So basically, if I were to start working with this and turn this into something customizable, basically what I need to go into Customily is to have this, which is the base image of the product. Okay. And why? Because the customizable part is the text part. So that's what I want to use for this particular product. Now, in this case, we're going to be creating a template from scratch because let's say I have this pumpkin already. I'm sending over the information to the fulfillment, but I'm just sending the text like that. And customers never get to see the end result before purchasing. They type in their names, and I just send over the names, and that's it. But if I were to give my customers the chance to see live how their name will look like, I could work on my existing product, which is this one, okay, and I can use Customily to improve this. I need to know exactly what do I need to make this product customizable. I need to know the size of the printing part, or in this case, the laser cutting part. Okay, it will be the size of the name area here. I need to know that because it's what the fulfillment will need as information. And then, like I said, I will need an example of my product without any customization. Why? Because Customily will put the customization on top of the main image. That's what we want to achieve. So we are going to be using graphics in our advantage. It's not that complex. Basically, it's an empty. It's like a photo of the metal plank without going through the process of the customization. This is something that you can get is a blank product before being customized. So if you have that image, you can come to Customily and you can create a template. For that, I will go to the template section. You see, I have a lot of templates right now, but it will start to populate as you go on. And if you click on last modified here, you'll be able to see which ones were last created. The last created you see is the live session cookie, which has the cats. This template is the one loading on my front end. I still have my product base, I still have the Customily designs, but I combine them into this unique template that I see here. And now I can create a new template from scratch. When I create a template, I go again to the Customily Design Studio, and you will start to see familiar tools. Basically, you start off with a name. So this is the live session pumpkin. You see familiar interfaces. For example, you start with the name of the template and you start with the print area information, not the whole sign. Let's say that the sign has already been made and you're just putting that on the machine that will punch the holes of the letters. So you need the size of the information of that particular print area. So I check with the provider and turns out that the size is 496 by 107. Yes, it's that precise. It's I don't recall the inches, but it was a conversion there. But my provider will give me this information, and also it will tell me I need DXF files in CMYK so I can print them on the machine. So you see, Customily allows you to export in vector formats as well as image formats. And we also have Illustrator and embroidering and color modes as well as resolutions. So depending on your printer, you have a lot of settings to quickly have your print file ready to go and not having to do any post-purchase changes or post-production. The idea is to have everything already working here in Customily. Now that we have a print area, we need to put some customizable items in here. And you see, we have all these customizable items. We have text boxes that your customers will be able to type in whatever text they want and pick fonts and pick colors. Then placeholders for image or vectors are objects that your customers will be able to upload their files, upload their images, upload their vectors when you have logos, for example, but they will be able to upload whatever they want. That's the idea of that a particular design that will involve your customers uploading images. Street maps and star maps are really cool features that will allow your customers to create these sort of customizations with a lot of information and styles to choose from. And finally, we have dynamic elements. Dynamic elements are very basic elements of Customily that will allow you to upload whatever image you have already, whether it's a background, whether it's a lot of hairstyles or dogs or cats. You can upload everything and put them on dynamic elements, images or vectors, and that will allow your customers to either see a fixed image or choose from multiple images. You will see, for example, that a fixed image is the pumpkin, but a dynamic image, a changeable image, will be the cat. So you will have a dynamic image for the pumpkin and another dynamic image for the cat. But you can put hundreds of choices inside one dynamic image, hundreds of cats, dogs, or hairstyles, or just one image for the background. So that's the concept behind a dynamic element. I'm going to just go for the text today, and I'm going to stretch this so it's as big as the print area, or maybe around that. If I want more precision, I can always click transform and be more precise on the coordinates and also on the size. So 496 was this, but I'm going to make it a bit small, and I can use alignment tools here to either fit this in my proportions if I want everything, or make it smaller and align to the bottom like that. What I can do here with this text element is go to character and start playing around with the fonts. What I'm going to do is I have a font on my computer, so I'm going to click on plus to upload a font. This is the font I'm going to use. It has this punching style that I want to use. This is called the Gunplay. So I'm going to find that here, Gunplay, here. That has two because I already had that. So I'm going to pick that. Very important. This looks pretty small, and I only get to see an A, but I can start typing something. Typing something to test around. Customers would try to type a lot of things and could go way beyond the the available letters, or it will go so small it will not be able to fit everything nicely. So you're in full control of what your customers will be able to type in and how it will display. So for example, I can set this to have all caps for simple printing, and I can set, for example, a maximum size just by putting this. So even if the box is one size, I can go and be as big as possible. For example, I can just type yes. So if I remove a lot of characters here, this will be the maximum possible size. And if I keep and it shrinks, how small will this go? Well, we have a minimum size for that. And if I click here, I will see the minimum size, it's unprintable, unpunchable, unreadable. So I need to control this minimum size as well. Put it, I don't know, 150, like that. So this is my minimum size. Even if my customer keeps typing, it will not show far from this minimum size. This is very important because you need to control the final result of your customization. Otherwise, it will go out of control and you will spend a lot of time fixing things. If you have full control of the sizes and a maximum and minimum and the number of characters and the font and the position and everything, all your customer has to do is type, preview, love it, and purchase. So this is all I need from my printing. I need a black text in DXF to be sent to the printer. And that's my printing, that's my production file setting. So I'm ready to click next and go to the second stage. If you recall, the second stage is the preview. So how do I start a preview? I use a background color because I have, I don't know, multiple colors of my products and t-shirts and stuff, or I have one product and I can use that to be my background image. I'm going to go for this now and find my background image to be the one you saw here. So that's my new background, yeah? And hello, here is the text I created. In the preview, I can change a lot of things about this. I can preview this on a different color, a color that resembles the background, for example, and I can resize this to fit my mockup. It should be as real as possible, okay? Don't lose that scope. But you see, I can type and it will start to give me a realistic preview. You don't need to do anything else. This is your mockup and this is your custom field on the on top of the mockup. What you can do is you can change the name of this and change this, double click to type your name. This will save you time because it will translate to this message here, type your name. So now that I have this, I'm ready to jump to the final revision stage and I'm going to save my brand new template. And this will give you a real idea of what Customily can do. You can preview something like a product and still print the part you need. So I can come here and I can say, something like that. You see, I'm previewing something as real as possible, but I'm printing exactly what I need. And that's the magic of the template. So I'm going to save this. And whenever you save a template, you get two shortcuts. The shortcut to go and create more templates, basically you go back to the template section or connect to a Shopify or any other store product And if I click here, I jump to the store section. And I get to see all my products. And I can find whatever product is not linked and find this live session customized metal sign pumpkin. Okay. With this, I can pick the product. And you see, when I open the product, I see a basic image and the tag and the name and everything, and I can choose a template. And that's how you link an existing product to Customily. By picking the template we just created, yeah, you will create the options automatically. It's really fast. And those options basically will create the type your text option. But if you have color choices and stuff, they will all show up here. And you save the product, and that's it. Now your product is now ready for customization. I can click on the icon to preview this on my store, and you will see that Customily is loading. Oh, I don't have stock. That's a bad idea. I should have created this with stock. 1 second. This is my Shopify backend, and yeah, available. Perfect. Quantity updated. So now I should be able to check out. Yeah, it's reading stock, and now I'm able to type something and see that change automatically. There's a question about adding different choices for colors. We can do it here. Of course, changing colors would not be like the best idea, but who knows? We may want to punch the holes and then put a LED light before that. So one thing we can do is on the same product, we can click here to access the template. We can, if we don't want to change the original template, we can clone it and play around with a different new template, but I'm going to edit anyway. And one thing very important, you still want to print this in black. Why? Because basically this is the instruction for your printer. But on the preview, you can actually change. If you go to the preview, you can change many colors here. Why? Because preview is, imagine an engraving. An engraving will have 3 colors. Will have gold, silver, and rose gold. And you want to show that in the preview, depending on the material. But for the printer, everything is black. So in this case, I have the white option. But if I go to the color section, remember in the color, I was able to pick here and change the color just for the preview. I can go to option number 2 and pick this to have a red outline or orange outline. Then I go to option number 3 and I pick another color to have red. Save. Now this color has been saved into option number 3, and I'm going for another one, number 4. Number 4 will have like a brownish, no, like a sort of green. Save. Right, so I now have 4 color choices. Yeah, I'm going to save my template again by going to the next section and saving. And of course, these new adjustments on the template will need to be reflected on the options. So let's go back. Let's create more templates, okay? But if we're here right now on the product, remember this template has been updated, but not the options. Options are not updated. So what I need to do is I need to create again the option set. I'm going to remove this option set by clicking the X. I don't delete, I just remove from this product and create the options again. I'm going to save this now, and I'm going to click here to open the options and check out what's different. Originally, my product had only one option, type your name, correct? But now you see I have 2 options, type my name and type your name color. And I can click on preview options to see now that I have these swatches created by Customily. I can click on the pencil to open this, and for example, I'm going to say this pick LED wait, backlit color. So we keep it realistic. And one thing very important, highly recommended, come to this name and put this with colors. So we know, because if they have the same name, you're going to get confused. So keep renaming stuff so you never get confused of what's going on. Now that I saved the option set, I can come to my product again, and I don't have to reconnect anything. I don't have to redo anything. I just updated my template and I updated my option set. And because I just did those things, I refresh my product and I see the changes live. Now I'm able to type something here and I'm able to pick different colors and see them change. So this is how you can put together, how you turn an existing product into a customizable product. You need to first think about what do you need in terms of graphics about that product in order to put the template together, and what part of the product will be customizable, and those customizable elements will be created with the design studio. The rest is all images, is either taking the photo or editing that on any image editor that will give you the right idea for this. There are some questions. Going back to the cookie, okay, how can we modify the design from Customily? For example, if I want to add another cat and offer 4 cats instead of 3, that's something you can do, yes. Let's go to the cookie. Now for the cookie, because the design already has 3 cats tops, if you want to create another option for 4 cats, you need to not go to the original design. That's something inside of Customily's database, but you can go to the template. You can always modify your templates that have been created automatically by Customily. You have full control of everything. So it's a great question, so I'm going to show you that. Let's go to the product. I'm still on the store section here, and I'm going to products. And I'm going to find, just to save some time, I'm going to find that cookie product. Oh, so many cookies. I need to check. Live session cookie creepy meow. So this is the product that I'm looking to adjust. And this is the template. So if I click here on the shortcut, I will open the template on another tab. In fact, I can close some tabs here. This is the template that I'm looking to modify. Okay, and let's not break anything. Let's clone it. And because there's a filter here, I'm going to change this to creepy meow. And I will be able to find the cloned version. Now the cloned version will have your creepy meow. Let's go with 4 cats. Always rename. So now I have a cloned version. Cloned versions are exactly the same, but it will not break the original because there's a unique ID. So this is still working, but if I want to break stuff, I can do it on the cloned version. This is the live session 4 cats. So I'm going to edit this and see how Customily build this on the inside. This is the print area. Remember, my cookie was 7 by 7 centimeters. So that's my print area. And the design from Customily will provide all this information. The first title, the 1 cat, 2 cat, 3 cats. If you don't see the cats, don't worry. You can pick any of these layouts and click to open, and you will find the cat name. You will find the cat breed, which is a dynamic image. Remember, dynamic images are these objects. And remember, they have 4 icons. So that indicates you that you can put as many images as you want. In this case, I have a full library of cats, and I can preview just any cat. By clicking on the options section here, I get to preview the option number 2 of cat, number 20, the number 63, like that. You see that I'm previewing. The pumpkin is hidden because it will trigger only when we select this particular layout. So that way you don't get to see 2 pumpkins and 3 pumpkins. You always will see 1 pumpkin, and you can it is hidden on the first option. The first option is empty, and it will show on the second option. It's a quick trick so you can trigger different images depending on depending on the design you have selected. For the title, we do the same. The title is not on the first position, so it will only show here. Meow. I don't recall why we have different titles. Maybe because 2 cats will have a different. You have 2 pumpkins, and the title may say something different. Let's say, no, it's the same. So probably it's because it's located differently depending on how many pumpkins you have. But you see, this is the full structure of your design. You have 1, 2, and 3 cats. It's very important that I spend some time explaining this because you're going to be breaking this into pieces. How you're going to pick 3 cats, okay, and you're going to Control C to copy, right? I just hit Control C or Command C or so. Command C, and this will copy the entire layout. And then with Control or Command V, I'm going to paste that new layout like this. Now I have a cloned version of 3 cats that I find that in here somewhere that I want. So I'm going to position this around here, and I'm going to double click here and call this 4 cats. I'm going to expand this, and now I have a title, yeah, that says meow. I have 1 pumpkin number 3, cat number 2, pumpkin number 2, first cat name, first cat breed, second cat name, third cat name, and cat breed third here, and I'm missing 1 pumpkin here, right? So the way these are set up is that probably I need to rearrange some stuff. For example, the first cat breed should be here, and the first cat name also should be here. The third cat should be below. Yeah, I actually need to put the pumpkin number 2 will be on top, and pumpkin number 3, this one got away, needs to be here. So now we have the third cat and the third pumpkin, and everything looks correct now. Yeah, we have 2 name and the third name here. Okay, so everything is in order. First the pumpkin, then the cat, then the name. And now I'm going to pick one of these, and for example, this one, number 3. No, let's go with number 2. I'm going to pick the 3 elements that compose the full cat, and I'm going to do the same. Control C and Control V. And now I have a new cat floating around. I will have to do some arrangements. For example, I will need to move the first cat slightly here. Then I'm going to put the number 2 cat, which is on top. This is the cloned version, so I need to put this. This has to be named 4th cat. This is the pumpkin cloned, no, pumpkin number 4. Yeah, and the cat here is the 4th cat. Okay, so we have pumpkin, cat, and everything. And I need to move the second one. No, this is the cat name. Oh, got confused with that. So sorry about that. Okay. Second cat. And this one is the 4th cat. Yeah, so now I have, this is my number 4, and this is my number 2. Probably going, the cat name, and I'm going to move this here. Yeah, that's Now I have four cuts. Perfect. And I could actually move this slightly here also. So everything looks nice. And that's my new design for four cuts. Basically, that's all we need to do. But this is how you print. Then you need to come here and rearrange the preview. Remember, the preview um, has the different has the cookie and has one cut, two cuts, three cuts, and now we have four cuts. Four cuts is a bit bigger, but don't worry, we can always adjust this so it's going to fit. Again, we're going to we will need to show some cut information. Now this is one cut. I'm just going to, yeah, it seems like this third cut is the only one that didn't move. And we can move the cut here just to make sure everything looks exactly the same. Yeah, and all is previewing perfectly like that. So I have added a new cut to my design. This is actually very interesting exercise to practice Customily, to break stuff and see how it looks later. Like that. And now the meow is here and I'm ready to save this. There's a question probably we may need to check with that says, how come when I put several text boxes inside a layout folder, they all change to the same text instead of each being different from one another? Oh, that's what we went to. I made sure all the ID numbers were unique to each. That's very important. You see, when we have text boxes, we need to make sure that they have different IDs. Probably because you tested, right? So when I say test, and I change this to 30, it will happen the same. When you're working with layouts, you always have different IDs because it's the way layouts will show or hide different information. But in a particular case, if you have your ID numbers are unique and you still modifying stuff, then probably we'll need to check that on the back end later. But right now, I just created a new design with four cuts and I can save it. And what will happen is we will need to create the options for that. Now, Customily will be able to recreate all the options, but keep in mind that Customily designs um, have the options slightly adjusted to quickly looking nice. So redoing the options based on a new template will encourage you to have to double check the different orders and I mean, everything will work, but sometimes you will have to do some manual adjustments on the options set. Okay. We will be able to help out, particularly those cases for people wanting to do this. I don't think it's the best moment here on the live session, but keep that in mind. You can actually remove the options, remove the template from the cookie, pick the new template. It's going to be the last one on the list. This is the four cuts. And yes, you will have to create the options again. Why? Because the original options are missing four cuts. And when you create the options, it will show nice and it's going to work. But the certain details that the original custom designs have for the options will be missing, and you will have to custom tailor that and fix that. It's not complicated, but keep in mind that when going into these ideas, because you will have to get deep into the option set to fix some logics. I had a preview in my template that showed my design slightly off center. I adjust my preview and saved it and never changed my product as I was associated. Um, Perhaps when you when you refresh your page, you didn't see that changes. But I don't know if you try customizing something, because if you modify a template, the preview will always modify exactly like that. If it doesn't modify, you need to clear cache for once. But keep in mind that when you load a product, the first thing that you will see is the listing photo. And the listing photo will not update. The listing photo is a fixed media that you put on Shopify or Etsy, and it will not change. So if you created your listing photo with your design slightly off center, and then you modified the template to work perfectly centered, you will see those changes when you start customizing, because that's when the template loads. Before that, all you're seeing is a steady image of your listing. So please double check that, and in any case, reach out to us. So these options are created. I'm going to save this, and well, we can check this and see what we come up with. Let's know this. So now you see I have brand new options that says 4 cuts, 3 cuts, 2 cuts, 1 cut. But the thing is, certain settings of the Customily designs could not be perfectly there. So just keep that in mind. If everything is keeping here, I'm super happy right now. Everything turned out to be really amazing. You have 4 cuts. You see some details like these messages here, fair cut name, clone and stuff. You can modify that in the option set later. So don't worry about that. The order, you see, we have a first cut and then we have a second cut breed. There's a misorder here, but you can also modify that. The important thing is the images are showing, the logics are showing, and everything is changing correctly. But keep in mind that maybe you need to come to the option set and rearrange the options. Okay, you see, I start with the fur cut and stuff, but it's a slight detail that you can later change on the option set. Most of them will be fairly organized, like 1, 2, 3, because that's the one you didn't change. But because 4 is the one you put together, just need to make sure that. Well, I guess that's it. I was looking back some other questions, but Cecilia did a great job answering them. But if you have other questions, Kiara and others, again, with your particular cases, always reach out to us. We have a great support team, and you can contact them at support@customily.com. You can open a live chat in the app. Our live chat is open office hours EST. And also join our Facebook communities, because there's a lot of sharing, helping, and advising on those communities, people that have been through your same questions and doubts, and they have come out with great ideas and they want to share them. So we know people making even videos. So it's a great place to get to know also Customily. Very important, all our live sessions are recorded and uploaded to our YouTube channel. So you're welcome to watch our 44 live sessions before this one. There's a lot of great product ideas, great tips for each tool. So check out the descriptions, check out what we cover on each case, and pick the best live session that will suit your needs. And remember that on the description of the video, you can download the assets, all the images and the fonts we use, so you can replicate that product in your store following the videos. So they are tutorials plus trainings, so make the most of them. Before I leave, I want to congratulate you on your tickets, because September is still around and we are still giving away tickets for our September challenge. So keep it up, make a lot of advancement with Customily, grab tickets, collect them, and you will get great prizes at the end. And well, that's all for today. Thank you all for joining. I hope you like the products. I really like your questions. You challenged me with the 4 cuts, so thank you a lot. And we'll see you next week with great new ideas in our live sessions. Have a great weekend.